If you do not start running again, and soon she will catch you. Oh, goddamn, she. Alright, I'm doing these month-long marathons. I record these in sessions, alright? I already was sipping hardcore over Yandere earlier today, okay? I don't need to sip again for another. Unless he was looking right, so she looking right, you know, it might be a different story, I don't know.
Salutations, witches. It is me, your witch, Kiyomi Amaris from the Hexaseas, coming back at it again. I was gonna say back at it live, but you know, when I'm recording this is live, but not to y'all. Anywho, welcome to another episode of Month-Long Marathon. Today, we're playing something a little different, alright? I mean, not like too different. It's just not your typical horror game, alright? And the bitch gonna have to practice her voice acting even more. I know I already do an impeccable ass job, alright? I know I do. Now I gotta really get in my bag, okay? Okay. Today, we are playing It Gets So Lonely Here.
You are running through a forest. It is late at night and the sky is as black as pitch. Huh? Does that make sense? The trees which surround you, jutting out of the earth like eerie monuments to a foreign god, are blotting out most of the moonlight. You do not know where you're going. You have no map, no route, no plan. You have no desire as you run, save to escape. You cannot let yourself be caught. All you can do is run on and on and on and on and on and on and on. On and 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 on. Okay, anyway. But despite all of your hard work, your best efforts will invariably be in vain. It's already too late for you after all. You'll never be what? You'll never be able to escape from me.
Interesting. It says 3 pretty girls who will love you to goddamn death. 3 exciting ways to die. Oh, fuck. Artfully amused narrator who berates you for your poor life decision. Cannibalism! What the actual fuck? I guess we gonna get eaten. Someone's gonna lob our shit down, but not the way we want. Anywho, baby Tanjiro, you know what to do. Avi? Is it ebi-hime? That's a really cute name. I like that. Cue the music. It gets so lonely here. Hit that piano. Yeah. Ooh. Yeah, do the shit full screen. Alright, let's start this shit. You are running through a forest. It is late at night and the sky is as black as pitch. There's nothing to light your way save for the moon's milky glow, but its rays cannot reach you, not properly. The trees which surround you, jutting out of the earth like eerie monuments to a foreign god, are blotting out most of this light. You cannot see where you are going. Even if you had commenced your flight at a more sensible hour, however, with the light of the sun to aid you, it'd be of little use. You do not know where you're going. You have no map, no route, no plan. You are running like a frightened animal, anxious and nervy with no destination in mind. You have no desire as you run, save to escape. You cannot let yourself be caught. If that were to happen, you are certain that you would be ruined. You have no choice, therefore, but to keep going on and on and on and on and on and on and on. Though your feet are screaming at you for mercy. You have no idea how long you've been running. Time has begun to blend together. It has lost all meaning. Something sharp snags at the hem of your skirt, but you do not have the luxury to pause and examine what has happened. Instead, you tug. Your skirt tears, the sound splitting through the forest, and you stumble forward with a shocked gasp. You are free, but at what cost? Your skirt has been irrevocably damaged. It might be too late to worry about such trivial matters now, though. If you do not start running again, and soon she will catch you. Oh, goddamn, she. Alright, I'm doing these month-long marathons. I record these in sessions, alright? I already was sipping hardcore over Yandere earlier today, okay? I don't need to sip again for another. Unless... Because he was looking right, so she looking right, you know, it might be a different story, I don't know. Then your life will be over. You do not know if she is still following you, but you do not want to risk looking over your shoulder. If you were to see her silhouetted beneath the tree, looking at you with such a sickly sweet smile, which once ensnared you, you would lose what little nerve you possess. Your legs would lock up and your blood would freeze in your veins. Then you would crumble. You would fall, but you would not hit the ground. She would be there to catch you. Did she not promise when you made the contract that you would never be alone? You would like to take back that silly wish of yours, but it's too late for that. It's too late for a lot of things. All you can do is run. You run and run and run while icy fog swirls at your feet. It is cold enough to sap the heat from your body, and you shudder from it. It feels as though you are drowning. It feels as though you're being buried alive. Your knees and your shins, meanwhile, are bleeding. You cannot endure much more of this. But if you value your own life, you must. You run, and you run, and you run, until at long last you reach a fork in the road. There are 3 paths which split off through the forest. Well, 4 if you count the path which you came. You cannot exactly double back on yourself, though. Not when you have put so much effort into running forwards. You can only press on. The 3 paths are signposted, which is something of a strange sight given you are so deep in the forest. Dark though it might be, you have grown accustomed to the shadows. You can just about pick out the writing of this old, dilapidated signpost, curved and slanted though it is. Your fate, if you will forgive me for sounding cliche, is in your hands. Now I wonder, which path will you take? Go to the shore, go to the village, go to the castle. Something don't sound right about the castle. Go to the village, go to the shore. I'm thinking village. Can I get a vote?
What vote? This ain't live.
You right? We just gon', I don't know, castle sounds like shore sounds we gonna go to the village. So you wanna go to the village? Good idea. Let's see what further trials await you there. This night is far from over as much as you might wish it was, and there's still much and more to discover. I wonder what will happen next. You follow the path which leads to the village, supporting yourself on weary, aching limbs which feel ready at a moment's notice to snap at the knee beneath the burden of your weight. The soles of your feet are screaming at you. You need to lie down, and quickly. You only hope as you continue to run that you will find a suitable residence in which to rest at the village. You do not know what will await you at the village, but you have the visions as you run of a quaint, scenic settlement, all thatched cottages with sloping roofs. Surely there will be a kindly peasant who will be willing to put up a young runaway for a few nights. You can imagine, too, the face of this kindly peasant from the fairy tales you read in abundance as a small child. She will be broad-shouldered, ruddy-faced, with dull brown hair crammed beneath a cap. Her arms will be sturdy from many years of washing clothes and milking cows, but she will be kind to you and compassionate, just like a mother. You don't know what mothers are like. You hardly ever spoke to yours. You were only guessing. You are not a complete fool, however, despite your tendency to daydream, and you do have a few reservations. Peasants do not, as you know from your voracious reading, have much money, nor do they have much food. It might be hard to convince a resident of the village, even the kindly washerwoman of your fantasies, to take in a complete stranger. Still, you must try. That's all you can do, really. Ooh, that's pretty. So you run to the village. It takes some time before you finally emerge from the woods, but finally you manage it. How much time, you ask? I cannot answer that. Did I not say that time had begun to lose all its meaning? The forest is behind you now, at least, and all the awful nightmares which dwelt within it. It is still cold, though, and still foggy. It is still dark, too. The sun has yet to rise. You can see the moon more clearly now, though as it hangs above your head, round and as any pearl or orb or crystal ball. The moonlight shines down upon the village nestled among the hills like a diorama. Hope anew bubbles within you. You have finally made it! Surely not, but your salvation awaits you? You follow the winding dirt path to the village, looking this way and that. But your hope, such a precious fragile thing, soon begins to fade. The village up close does not look half as welcoming as you imagined. There are cottages, yes, but they are in a state of disrepair. There are holes in the roofs and holes in the windows. Most of the doors are tightly shut, but others are gaping open, the kitchen beyond them even darker than the night sky which shrouds you. There are no lights on any of the windows, and neither can you see any people, insomniacs like you, at them. You cannot hear anything either, beyond the sound of your own footsteps and the low, mournful sighing of the wind. The village is quite quiet. Eerily so. It is immediately obvious, even to a naive girl such as yourself, that something terrible must have befallen this village. You know, before you try your luck at any one of the houses, that nobody will answer you. There would be no kindly, red-armed washerwoman to welcome you here, no matter how much you wish for it. But that does not stop you from wishing regardless. Your knuckles rap. Oh, I might need some water for this shit. Against a wooden door. Your efforts soon prove, however, to be in vain. There's nobody here to hear your entreaties. Entreaties? How very sad. You try another door, then another. The result is the same regardless how many doors you rap upon. Nobody answers you. How could they? There's nobody there. Once again, you have found yourself all alone. At least you have found some dwellings in which you can rest your weary head. Will you let one of the cottages for your own purposes? Nobody's here. You might as well. But no, an abandoned cottage is not what you were looking for. You'd rather have companionship, would you not? Bravely, you swallow your tears. You wipe your eyes with the back of your arm in a well-practiced motion, then inhale. You square your shoulders, and you keep on going. Surely the village cannot be completely deserted. There must be one person here, at the very least, who can help you. That is what you're thinking as you resume your search. You flit from cottage to cottage with precious little to show for your determination until you make yet another discovery. Ooh, not that violent. This village with its squat, thatched cottages bathed in the moon's glow has a church. Well, of course it has a church. The villagers who once dwelt here were not godless heathens. Not that their faith did them all that much good in the end. Damn. Still, the sight of the church soothes your overtaxed heart. You were so focused on your fantasies of a kindly washerwoman taking you in, you did not pause to entertain the fancy of a kindly nun doing much the same. All hope is not lost. You approach the church, which seemed to tower over you despite it being so humble. The church is a small one, but it is stout and sturdy. It must be, for it has withstood centuries. Forever standing, sentinel, on this hill, like a relic from a bygone era. The church does not have any stained glass windows, but it does not need them. Even without more luxurious trappings, the church would still exude an aura of dignified solemnity. Ooh, okay. The stone building is fringed by a sizable graveyard, one which occupies the rest of the hilltop and some of the sloping sides. The graves which have been planted by generations of wardens. Okay, honestly, my head is starting to hurt from all this fucking reading. You walk about the perimeter of this church, casting your gaze first here and there, then everywhere, consumed as you are by your immense all-encompassing curiosity. And as you do, you see her. She looks like an ordinary girl, small and scrawny just like yourself. But she is much, much more than her unremarkable appearance might suggest. For some moments you observe her, hiding all the while in the shadow cast by the church, like a furtive lizard clinging against a rocky edifice to shroud itself in the sun. There is no sunlight here, though. It's only the night sky and the stars and the moon. Beneath the moon's light, a silvery implement the girl's clutching shimmers. It takes you a few moments to see what the girl is clutching in her hands. Not until you see her manipulate it. Its sharp edge biting to the earth that you understand. It is a shovel. This girl standing in an isolated corner of the churchyard, late at night, and she's digging a grave. Well, I suppose she could be always digging a hole for the sake of it, but her work seems too much precise for this to be the result of mere whimsy. It's hard for you to see her face given the distance between the pair of you, but her posture is one that sparks of supreme concentration. She moves slowly, mechanically, like a woman on a mission, driving the end of her shovel into the earth over and over. Her motions are regular enough to be repetitive. There's something hypnotic almost in the manner in which she attends this task. Should you risk interrupting her? Do you dare? You get the feeling that she would not appreciate it. The shovel in her hands, meanwhile, is rather hefty. She wishes she could cause you no small amount of damage with it. Cold anxiety makes your skin prickle. You do not know if you should risk speaking to her when she, in her dark cloak with her shovel, looks so very strange. What do you have left to lose? You have come this far. It'd be folly to turn back now. It is within this thought in your mind that you decide to approach the strange girl. Your footsteps are quiet. You're grown accustomed to slinking around like a cat. But they are not quiet enough. The girl's senses seem to be finely tuned because she blinks. Then she turns. Your eyes meet, and once they do, you feel your breath catch in your throat. You did not have a clear view of the girl before, concealed as you were in the shadows, but now she's looking at you. You can tell that she's very pretty. Her skin is very smooth, and her hair, almost obscured by a dark hood, is very fair. Her eyes, meanwhile, are clear, cool blue like ice. Those eyes of hers, which are large with unease, are fringed with very long, fair eyelashes. She looks as though she has stepped out of the pages of a picture book. She's simply too perfect to belong to this world. Perhaps she has some kind of vision? A waking dream? A hallucination? But no, she's none of those things. The shovel she is clutching in her hands looks solid enough, its pointed tip glittering wickedly in the moonlight. You steel yourself, expecting perhaps some sort of outburst. But the tender soon drains from the girl's slender shoulders. Her fingers, which were once gripping the handle of her shovel, tightly relax. Her lips curve upwards at the edges. She looks fucking crazy. She's smiling. Oh, what a smile it is. It is transformative. When she smiles, she looks radiant, angelic almost. Here is a smile that's so suffused with light that your eyes begin to prickle from it. You are so relieved you almost feel as if you could cry. It would not be the first time you have wept during the night, and neither would it be surprising if you did. You have been through a lot. You must be exhausted. The girl holding the shovel seems to realize this because she bridges the distance between cautiously as one might approach a skittish cat. Then she says with a rough voice, which does not match her dainty appearance. Well, she does live in a rural village. What were you expecting? Ooh, oh, it is so good to see another person. I was afraid I was the only person left alive, the only one in the whole world. Now, this is quite the effusive greeting. Her introductory speech is riddled with exclamation marks. She's rather more personable than her peer would make one suggest. You, a well-bred young lady, cannot help but feel overwhelmed. It is your turn now to be on your guard. Anxious, you observe the girl with the shovel and you ask her what she means. What happened? Oh, do you not know? There's an awful lot you do not know. So much, in fact, it would fill a whole encyclopedia. No, a whole library. Okay, narrator, we didn't need all that. You shake your head, ashamed at your ignorance, and the girl frowns. You mustn't be from around these parts. I guess I should have known. This village is a small one, and everybody knows everybody else. The girl's expression falls. At least they used to. Back when there were still people to know. That ain't the case now, though. Not after the plague. There was a plague? That was certainly the smell of the village when you walked through it was so quiet. Did everybody else succumb to this mysterious illness? That's right. It's just me here now. I've not seen another human being in a long, long time. It gets so lonely here. Now that is an interesting turn of phrase. It catches inside your head like a burr. Have you heard it before? You do not have much time to ponder this, however, because the girl takes a step towards you. Oh, but where are my manners? They must have gone rusty after being on my own for so long. My apologies, miss. You look like you've come a long way. Said you were a traveler, yes? Your hands are very cold, just like ice. Would you like to come inside? Maybe have something warm to eat and to drink? My home's small, I'm afraid. My food ain't nothing fancy, but I'd be more than willing to share. It's not every day another girl stops by, especially not one as pretty as yourself. I'm feeling very blessed. Oh, god damn it, you know? The girl laughs, a carefree, airy sort of laugh which does not match her initial impression of her. You thought when you saw her among the graves that she would be more distant somehow and more mysterious. Perhaps you're mixing her up with somebody else. You're still unsure if you can trust this girl. My invitation is an appealing one. It's much more appealing, certainly, than spending the night outdoors in the cold, kipping on the graves. What are you, a romantic poet? Please. You make a show of pondering the girl's invitation. At the very least, you don't appear too eager. But your acquiesce is, alas, an inevitability. Record English. Why would you ever refuse her? She's the first friendly face you've seen all night. Without her, you'd be all alone. Your hostess leads you to a small, humble home located but a stone's throw away from the church, built in the shadows of a twisted, towering sycamore. The girl's home is in such a state, it seems a folly to even call it a home. Hovel would, to you, be the more appropriate descriptor. But when your hostess leads you inside, her eyes alive, and she says, "Here we are, home sweet home. You don't have the heart to tell her. You don't have the heart to tell her that you don't find her home very homey or very sweet. That'd be incredibly rude. As a guest, you ought to be more appreciative." It's gonna turn for the worst, I already know. I just don't know how, but it will. Alright? My throat hurting. Pause on that. Half-heartedly look around at your newfound surroundings. The ceiling is supported by a wooden joist. It is perilously low. Not so much that you are in danger of bumping your head, but just enough to feel claustrophobic. There is a fire in the corner, though it's not consigned to a grate. The fire set is blazing in the open, a circle log set alight, like a scene from a witch's kitchen. Above the fire hangs a silvery pot suspended from one of the wooden eaves. Other objects of interest are hung from the eaves, iron implements you take to be cooking utensils, various herbs and strips of meat left to cure. The smell of cooking fills the air, mingled with the sharp, sour scent of unwashed bodies. Huh? How, you wonder, did your hostess clean herself? You don't see a bathtub anywhere. Perhaps she does not possess one. The girl's home is remarkably in every regard, but it is, suppose, better than nothing. At least there's a roof over your head and food to put in your belly. The girl looks to the pot, suspended over the fire, which she gives a stir with a ladle. Then she brings a little to her lips to taste whatever concoction she has brewing within it. You only hope that she is not like the weird sisters from that famous play brewing a broth with fenny snake fillets. What the fuck? Yes, I think this is just about done, the girl says to nobody in particular. She has a little down back into the pot and looks at you and she smiles. Do you want something? It looks like though you've come quite the long way and you must be hungry. These words are like music to your ears, even more divine than the trumps of God's most loyal angels. You are so hungry you could eat a horse. Not that there are any horses in the immediate vicinity. You express your interest to your hostess, who smiles in response. I thought you liked the sound of that. Just give me a few moments. Your hostess retrieves 2 earthenware. Ooh, Lord. I've been learning some new vocabulary in this game, alright? They use some big ass words. Bowls from a cupboard with rickety hinges, into which she pours 2 hefty helpings of whatever the fuck she cooked, alright? Then she serves with bread, which is so hefty it could be used as a murder weapon. It's not much, I'm afraid. It's only soup and bread. It should take the whole edge off of your appetite, though. You thank your hostess for her hospitality, your stomach rumbling all the while. The soup does not look like anything you would typically consume. The soup's poor presentation does not dissuade you. It is true enough that people eat first with their eyes, but when one is hungry enough, one becomes obliging enough to eat almost anything, any goddamn thing. Why else do people... What? Wait, back it up. Why else do you think that people when stranded upon desert islands will resort to cannibalism? Cannibalism. Goddamn. Humans are creatures of necessity. You like to wrap yourself up in pretensions, but in actuality you are not much better than animals. You are so hungry your stomach is aching empty that you certainly descend upon your food like an animal. Your teeth glint, your scissors gleam, and soon you have consumed all that your hostess has offered you. Your hostess watches while you eat, and she giggles once you have finished. Did you enjoy that? Oh. You got your hostess's gaze, suddenly abashed. You were so hungry you felt to account for her judgment. Now you have some food in your belly, though, and you have been suitably warmed by your old self-conscious in returning. You should not make a fool out of yourself. You demur shyly, looking at your lap, fearful all the while of what your hostess might think of you. You do not want her to take against you. Fortunately for you, however, and for your fragile ego, your hostess is not the judgmental sort. She's not like the other girls you grew up with. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it. It's nice to see my food being appreciated so heartily. I know I'm not the best, but I've been practicing for a long while. I used to cook for my father all the time, you see. This remark catches your attention. Quizzically, you look at your hostess, your abashment over your animalistic eating habits suspended. What happened to her father? It seems like a grim thing to contemplate after having eaten, but... Didn't your hostess mention something about a plague? Yes, your hostess says, her voice soft now and serious. That's right, there was a plague. And what of the villagers? What of her Faja? They're all gone now. Gone? Like Gone Girl gone? Yes, you see? Your host rearranges herself upon her chair, one slender leg photo of the other. Then she begins her tale in earnest. My family has a history. We lived here for centuries by the church, so we can attend the graveyard. Ah, so this abode is centuries old then. You'll sort of explain the dirt. My father used to prepare bodies for burial. Back when he was alive, he built the coffins and he dug the graves and he lowered the coffins into the dirt. I know it might sound like an awful job, but somebody's got to do it. There's no sense averting our eyes from death, not when it happens to the best of us. It's a noble profession, one that's been handed down in our family for generations. My father's father was a grave digger, and so was my father's father. My father's 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 father. Okay, bitch, we get it. Digging graves is in our blood. That's who we are. My. That was a surprisingly pretty speech coming from a girl who lives in the countryside. A girl who is without much in a way of education. It's apparent just to listen to her and the way she slurs her syllables together that she has never had any elocution lessons, not like you. Alright, y'all. We're gonna end this first episode here. Nothing has happened quite yet, but I feel like something's gonna go awry. Oh, I didn't know that you could do that. I like her attire. Oh, with the bones. Dang, that's actually pretty cool. Alright. Oh, Lord, I'm gonna need a glass of Wawa. I'm gonna need my throat not to throat. What? I think this game said like 2 to 3 hours long. Dialogue wise. Oh, fuck, I'm getting tired. So, like, you know, if y'all want to see more of this, just let me know. I don't know if I'll do another episode of for the month-long marathon. Probably not. Unless, oh, not for the month-long marathon. But if y'all want me to come back to this, just let me know. Otherwise, we're just fucking tired, man. I ain't gonna be talking for the next, like, 12 hours. I swear to you. My throat hurting. That sounds wild. Anywho, thank y'all for tuning into this episode of Month-Long Goddamn Marathon. Stay tuned for more. Unless this is the very last episode of the month, then thank y'all for tuning in. I really don't know. You know, I'm kind of just posting these whenever during July, so, you know, whatever. Anywho, for the story, be careful what you wish for. Crazy. Sounds like narrator, but protagonist Chan had asked to never be alone. She made a pact with some girl, and now she regrets it because I guess that girl might be fucking crazy. I don't know. We gonna find out, or maybe we won't. I don't fucking know. It does say submission to Yandere game jam, so I'm guessing all these bitches are Yanderes. Yo. Anywho, witches, remember to practice safe hex and be careful what you wish for. Need I say it again? Damn, man.